Alright, so it's been a little while again since the last video, but I want to really talk about the complexity of things, right? Maybe that has been a theme in your life too. For me, it was. It was a complex PTSD, complex physical issues, complex mental health issues, right? And I layered on top of things that, like, I went to university, I have a PhD in internal medicine, and studying was really difficult for me. So I made it even more complex by engaging in things like that are actually almost against my physiology, against what came easy to me, right? Because memorizing, comprehending and things like that, that it doesn't come natural to me. So it was torture, you know. University was really torture for me. So maybe you too do that. I don't know what you, whether it is physical health issues, maybe it is raising children, maybe it is a career, or well, whatever it is. We often have a tendency, once we get a complex things in our life, that we add to the complexity. And for me, that was not the conscious kind of activity. It just happened, right? And for, if you have complex PTSD like I used to have, it's even in the diagnosis, right? It's called complex PTSD, and automatically our mind thinks that this will need complex solutions, or complex approaches to heal and deal with that, right? If you've been around me for a long time, and like years ago I did videos on for example, my morning routine. I had a 3-hour morning routine. I was determined that I'm going to rewire my brain and fix all my issues and things like that, right? In a very complex, very structured kind of ways, right? So I have no regrets that I did that. I don't think it was right or it was wrong. It was an experience, right? And I can see now, looking back, because perhaps I've been doing a lot of reflection. I've actually quite withdrawn at the moment. I have that. It's not an isolation that you do when you're depressed. Right? I'm quite happy to see people, and I engage, and I am social, but at the same time there's a real pull to remove myself, to go into the bush by myself, kind of thing, right? To just be with myself and really reflect and think, what is it, right? Maybe turning 50 soon is part of this as well, right? To really, what is it that I have been doing that got me to here, and not in a judging way, but for me it is more like to at the moment to just let go of all that complexity, let go of all those rituals, let go of all the routines and practices and all the ideas and concepts and things that I thought that I had to do and live by in order for me to remain and stay healthy and steady, right? If you ever had a mental health crisis, even once you get out there, for me, for years, there was still always a slight fear. It was not an anxiety attack or anything, but that there was a worry, let's call it a worry, that what if I slip? What if I return? What if I have another crisis, kind of thing, right? And that letting go of all these kind of things, so it's not just a letting go of physical things and objects in your life. Also, I've been doing that a lot too in the last couple of years, and it's not something that I read in a way and believe that has to happen because there's so many decluttering books and stuff like that. There's an intuitive knowing that there's certain things in my place. I don't need them anymore. They're actually weighing me down, right? And perhaps there's things in your life too that are weighing you down, and you know it. You so know it. And yet you're not giving yourself permission to free yourself from it. Why is that? Right? That is what I got really curious about for myself, right? Why is that? If I so know intuitively that this is not right for me, that this is how I need to move forward. This is what I need to change. There's all the signs there. Why am I blocking this? Why am I resisting this? What is it, right? And dissolving that. It is so, I don't know whether freeing is the right word here. I don't even know how to describe this, and how things just naturally fall into place. You know, I spent my whole life really forcing things. Like you might have seen, like I've done videos in the past where I had a journal. I was journaling all the time, and on the front of the journal is that "Make it happen," and I was so proud and so happy when I found that journal. But this was the energy I approached everything in my life with, that make it happen, no matter what. I'm gonna find a way, and I'm gonna make it happen, right? That you can feel the energy, right? And now I can see what this does to the body. Why I had so many physical symptoms, and things weren't natural. Things weren't as balanced and easeful or effortless or harmonious. That feels like the right word in my life as I would have like them to be. I don't think it's so much I would like them. I didn't even realize that it would be possible to have that level of harmonious. Yet I haven't experienced that, and I invite you to explore that in your life too. And please comment down below, right? So we can continue to learn and evolve together here. This is, you know, having discussions about this kind of things, what we're thinking about, and reflecting and realizing we can learn. It can spark something in someone else, and it's like, oh yeah, that's right, that's what I was meant. And simple things, right? Just simplifying, yeah. So there'll be some radical changes coming in my life, yeah. And it's okay. I'm totally at peace. What is coming is almost adventurous. I'm really enjoying this experience of not having everything so structured and so forced. The outcome, right? So everything that I do had to have a certain outcome. And when you can drop that expectation of having a certain outcome, and if you're just really going into experiencing and enjoying and being with the process, regardless of what outcome it actually is going to create, right? Then it just becomes, I don't know, so much richer, so much more simple. I'm just totally at awe at the moment at how simple things can be. It's mind-blowing. It really is. The synchronicities, the coincidences, if you believe in coincidences. I don't actually do anymore. It couldn't be coincidences because it is just so to the T. Yeah, it's beautiful. So I think that is all that I wanted to share today for this moment. There will be more coming of this. I am sure it's yeah. I'll leave it at that for today.